Kotal Kahn is the ruler of Outworld. In the last game KK was an idiot and an asshole. Let's see if KK has changed after being spanked by Sub-Zero. We will also be talking about Shao Kahn and Jade cause they're pretty stupid too. In chapter 2, KK is going to execute the collector. OMG, they're gonna kill the new character they just introduced.
I'm so scared.
Then suddenly, characters from all over the MK franchise start popping out. While this is happening, the collector escapes with his OP wheel variation.
Raiden? Shao Kahn? General Kotal?
Psycho Mantis.
Then KK reunites with his long-lost shoehorned lover Jade.
Move, I'm gay.
Vacate my throne, or I'll soak these sands with your blood.
And the all-out brawl begins. You know, I wonder where these guys are when all this was happening.
I call your bluff, sorcerer.
We have more power than you think, Zeteran.
Tor wonder, why are we helping Kotal at Collector Execution?
Well, obviously, we're in the middle of this game, and later Ermac and I are going to the crypt.
We are going to jump off a cliff.
Oh, okay. Full house!
What?
Impossible!
KK and Shao Kahn go for a bit, but Liu Kang interferes and KK fights Baraka. KK is also racist towards Takatans.
Filthy Takatan.
While we are getting our exciting KKV Shao Kahn 1v1, Devourer shows up to cock-block us, and Shao Kahn and his gang escape. Then KK and Raiden start chatting.
We were allies who became enemies. Everything changed after your defeat of Shinnok. Our realms joined to fight him. Earthrealm is lost.
Not if we hang together.
I will appease Shinnok. Bring him your heads. Gain time to bolster Outworld's defenses. Our realms joined to fight him.
So they decide to work together to stop Shao Kahn. In chapter 5, KK and Jade decide to go take on Shao Kahn without these guys' help.
I'm surprised no woman has claimed your bed and become your queen. Why?
None of them were you.
Did you tell Jade about us?
There is nothing to tell.
Such deception, Kotal.
Then they get ambushed, and Jade meets her worst nightmare.
By the gods, it's true. This is what I become.
Blame your loyalty to Katana.
It led directly to our death. It is pitiful you choose servitude.
Bitch, what you say about me? Then they meet Devourer and ask her nicely where Shao Kahn is.
Tell us where to find Shao Kahn.
And then they let her go. What? Why the hell would KK just let her go? Even if they don't kill her, at least imprison her. Is this some sort of Oshtek custom thing? Oh, and guess what? This is why Devourer gets to kill Scorpion later on.
Idiots!
Then they find the Taketon camp.
We are outnumbered.
Give me a few of your best soldiers. We'll infiltrate the camp and search for Shao Kahn unseen.
What you propose is dangerous.
Of course it is.
And then they get caught. Before they get caught, Jade meets a cute Taketon lady. OMG guys, I found Melina. So then Jade starts running away. Jade meets the collector, and then she spanks him. Afterwards, KK decides to execute all the Takatans.
Execute them!
You were okay offering refuge to Shao Kahn.
I offer it to you, Shao Kahn.
You even let Devourer go, yet Takatans need to go extinct? I guess you really are just racist towards Takatans.
It's Takatan!
After seeing Melina about to be killed again, Jade decides to put a stop to this madness.
This is cruel. Many didn't fight us. They are children.
They don't get to choose.
So Jade decides to give KK a spanking, but then accidentally beats him till he becomes unconscious ASMR. Wow, the ruler of Outworld, defeated by a sassy pole lady. I don't know what is more embarrassing. This, or being defeated by Kunjin. How the hell do people think he stands a chance against Shao Kahn? Speak of the devil, look who decided to show up at the perfect timing. So are you back on Shao Kahn's team?
Nope.
In chapter 7, Shao Kahn is gonna execute KK. And just as Shao Kahn is about to cut off KK's head, I'm still wondering where these guys are.
Isn't Kotal getting executed now? Shouldn't we go help him?
Nah.
Hey, Zatarin, when do you think they'll release us?
It's impossible for Tanya, but you might be released in about a year.
Flash!
Shut the fuck up!
And just as Shao Kahn is about to cut off KK's head, Katana comes to save KK's ass, and an all-out brawl starts. The Collector shows up again, and gets beaten again. And that's all we ever see of the Collector.
You did it, good job, I can't believe it, I'm proud of you.
So now, we continue our Kahn Bowl we left off in Chapter 2.
Hola.
Sadly, Shao Kahn gets the upper hand and banes KK. And just as Shao Kahn is about to kill KK, Katana scratches Shao Kahn's nipples to save KK. Now Katana is going to stall as much time as possible for her allies to help. Wait, what is going on here?
Still? Well, that says it all.
Did she just kill Shao Kahn? Did she just kill motherfucking Shao Kahn?
Hi everyone, Sonya SUCKS here, and I decided to use my own voice for this part because I thought it'd be more appropriate to show my frustrations through my emotions, basically. I like Katana, and I am okay with her being Kahn. I am not okay with her defeating Shao Kahn. It's just impossible. It's just basically impossible! So for those of you who are a little confused as to why I believe it is impossible, let's run back the history of Mortal Kombat for a sec. So let's just take a look at Katana's history in Mortal Kombat.
Her story before MK9 was Shao Kahn's fake daughter. Once she found out about the truth, she tried to escape, but she was then in prison, but later she escapes. And Liu Kang saves the world. Later she gets imprisoned again by Shinnok, but then escapes again. And then she gets killed by the Deadly Alliance. And then she gets brought back to life by Onaga. And then she dies again in Armageddon. Then the MK9 reboot happens. Katana and Jay both get beaten by Sonya. Katana gets toyed by Liu Kang, gets beaten by Smoke. Later when she finds out about Melina, she gets captured, and then saved by Liu Kang. And then she gets killed by Sindel. The end. This defeats Shao Kahn, who... Shao Kahn gets killed by Liu Kang in MK2, but survives. Gets killed by Liu Kang in MK3, but survives again. Gets killed by the Deadly Alliance, survives. Then, in Armageddon, he beats up about 50% of all the characters in Mortal Kombat, gets dragged away by Onaga, then kills Onaga, climbs the pyramid, kills Blaze, gets the ultimate power, and kills every single Mortal Kombat character in history. MK9 timeline reset, he gets penetrated by Liu Kang, survives! And if it weren't for the Elder Gods interfering and giving Raiden extra power, Raiden wouldn't have defeated Shao Kahn. This gets defeated by this. How? Like, what the hell happened in this past timeline? If Katana was this strong already, why didn't she just kill Shao Kahn already back in the past timeline? Unbelievable. Both Outworld rulers defeated by the Edenian ladies, who are infamous for being weak in the series. Pathetic! Like, at this point, basically anybody can be Kahn. Why not let Kunjin be Kahn? Or how about, from what I recall, Katana, like, was trained by Bo Raicho? Let's have Bo Raicho be Kahn then, fuck!
Hey, I'm back. Let's wrap this up. So Shao Kahn dies, KK points at Katana, and Jade still loves KK. And that's the end of KK and Shao Kahn. They don't even show up for the final battle. You hype us for the Kahn v Kahn battle, and you end it with Shao Kahn not finishing the job and being killed by the fan lady. I guess in the end, I still kinda like this hunk of junk, even if he sucks. So I'll end the video by doing this. KK in a wheelchair. KK in a wheelchair. He started off hating Takat, now he doesn't really care. KK in a wheelchair. KK in a wheelchair. Damn, those moves are really huge, don't just stare. Go and tear. KK in a wheelchair. KK in a wheelchair. He started out simping for Jade, then he pointed at the blades. KK in a wheelchair. KK in a wheelchair. He may have done it with Bug Lady and get that thing known as
eggs!
You better get out of his way.
show up to steal. Because KK is on a wheelchair.
X3 Nuzzles pounces on you, you woo, you so warm. Couldn't help but notice your heart from across the floor. The ruler of Outworld, and he wants them to obey his ways. But then he gets defeated by sassy pole lady and the Kahn v Kahn we've been promised said legendary to this day. Ends with KK getting bait and Shao Kahn getting blinded. He has his trusted minion Gru always ready and standing by. Aaron, Reptile. Wait, where'd they go? Did they die?
You better get out of his way. He's gonna roll over your grave. You better not show up to steal. Because KK is on a wheelchair.
Shiva gives him a back massage so that he can walk again. KK not in wheelchair. KK not in wheelchair. They go on their honeymoon and he brought his favorite pen. KK not in wheelchair. KK not in wheelchair. Shao Kahn then decapitates him.
Such wasted potential.
Shao Kahn just got into his He sent him down into his grave. He should have stayed in his cage. Because KK is not on a wheelchair.
Hey, when do you think they'll release Melina?
In about a year.
General Sonya Blade is a member of the Special Forces. She has also gotten so many plastic surgeries that K-pop stars are jealous. Before we get into what she does in the story, let's address the elephant in the room. Ronda fucking Rousey.
Hi.
Why did they get her to play the legendary soldier Sonya Blade? Getting Tori Hiroyuki back to play Shang Tsung was a fantastic fan service. But why Ronda Rousey? What audience were they trying to appease? I guarantee no gamers were hyped for this. So, was this for wrestling fans? Ronda Rousey fans? Strong independent woman fans?
You have problems with strong women.
We are not going there, but it all doesn't matter as long as she delivers a good performance. Right? Many hate her, and many defend her, but what do I think about her performance? I think she's fine. Her performance for the most part is fine. However, with a cast of professional actors with incredible performances, saying she's fine can be taken as a compliment or an insult depending on you. But that doesn't mean it's not mock-worthy.
Are you some kind of ancient alien?
Cut this shit! You'll kill us whether we fight or not!
Stay away from her, you son of a bitch!
God damn, your voice is like nails on a chalkboard.
I will say the best performance she does was her death scene. Alright, let's get into the story. We're skipping present day Sonya by the way. Sonya from the past meets the present day Special Forces and decides to chat with her daughter Cassie. Cassie decides to tell her about her death.
This morning, we were on a mission, and you gave your life to save it.
And how does she respond?
Son of a bitch. Seriously? Seriously?
Seriously? That's how you're gonna react to your own death.
Son of a bitch.
So later, Cassie doesn't have time to handle this annoying child and decides to let her play with a YouTube Kids app. Not a very wise choice. Then the Johnny Cages start looking at the ladies.
Are we Johnny Cages or Johnny's Cage?
As younger you, I solemnly swear to tap that at the earliest opportunity.
Oh. Seriously?
The fuck you say to me?
Ew!
This is goddamn ridiculous.
When I first saw this scene I thought it was really funny, but apparently the situation is supposed to be taken more seriously. At one point I thought Johnny was talking about Cassie. That would be very fucked up.
Seriously?
Johnny spanks him for this and later he apologizes for being a huge jerk. All because he wants to tap In MK9 he irritates people so hard to the point that they want to beat him up.
That's it. Time somebody shut you the hell up.
In MK11, one tap. I'm not saying he's in the clear. I just think he could have said something worse. Later, Sonya wanders to more darker places on the internet, and she finds out the truth.
Remember, kids, sideways for attention, longways for results. And
You left me behind?
And you gave your life to save it.
Damn it, Cassie! You abandoned me?
You must have a very high IQ to understand what the word sacrifice means apparently. Then the Black Dragon ambush them and they capture Sonya. Sonya is being grabbed by 2 robot goons, who are really easy to defeat. Let's see how long it takes for this legendary soldier to break free from them.
You'd be lucky to shine my boots.
The legendary Sonya Blade.
Wow. I bet even Ronda Rousey could break free from that. So I'm going to be skipping the Sonya vs Kano part, because I'm going to be talking about that part in my Kano SUCKS video. After Kano's defeat, Johnny asks Sonya out for dinner, so that he can get that tap.
Seriously?
Garrus then shows up and beats up the special forces. Let's see how long it takes for Sonya and the others to react.
What is that?
Superhero landing!
Garrus. Kronika's goon.
You apathetic monsters. You watch your men die and don't even flinch.
People die and
Sonya
dances.
Sonya Blade, mother of Cassie Cage.
Yeah, what of it?
Cassie Cage defeated Shinnok, son of Kronika. I am his mother's vengeance.
It is not vengeance that drives Kronika.
Sonya defeats Garrus with the help of Cassie. Sonya then apologizes to Cassie for being a fucking idiot.
But I reread the file. You followed orders, saved your squad. I'm just glad that my sacrifice saved Earthrealm, and you.
So apparently you can't trust your own daughter's words and had to finish reading the report to believe her. What a great character. This whole conflict is so stupid. Also, when did you get the time to read the report?
But I reread the file.
After you accuse Cassie for letting you go, Kano shows up and captures you. So did you read it before Kano got you?
Read the full report, Lieutenant.
Okay.
After a sweet hug, they then run away. And that is the end of Sonya Blade. She doesn't even show up for the final battle? Maybe she's too busy getting tapped by Johnny. This character sucks. And it's not even Ronda's performance. It's how bad she's written.
Seriously?
Hopefully the next Sonya can be more like this.
I've got this son of a bitch.
And less like Rousey.
Are you some kind of ancient alien?
Kano is the leader of the international crime cartel known as the Black Dragon. His appearance is also somehow getting hotter and hotter as the games go on. In chapter 4, Garrus asks Kano to help Kronika build a bunch of robots. Yet Kano is a bit hesitant. But then, the Lord and Savior for himself shows up. Himself.
Otherwise, who can you trust? How about that? Over 50 and still a ripper.
There's still the matter of our fee.
Shut up, boy. The men are talking. So after they suck each other up, they go and attack the special forces in chapter 6. They defeat them and capture Sonya and Johnny. And then they leave. You gonna let them live? Why? You have the leverage. You have the high ground, just kill them all. Or do you really think sector self-destruct is good enough, ya bloody wanker? So when they captured Johnny and Sonya, at first, I thought it was because they were needed for Kronika's plans, but it turns out Kano just wants to see them beat each other in a cage. You fuckwit. Kronika is trying to liberate the world and you're here toying with these two. Would Kronika be fine with this? Would Sector be fine performing harakiri for this? Yeah, bloody Darrow.
So Sonya's the skank who burns me?
Is that like a personal attack or something?
Hope you're ready for some preemptive vengeance.
I don't even know who you are.
Though Cabal has superhuman speed, there is just no way he can defeat the power of strong independent woman. Then OP Cassie shows up to save the day, since you didn't kill her when you got the chance. Aaron Black tries to stop Johnny and Sonya from escaping, but everyone knows guns can't hurt strong independent woman.
Oh hell no.
Then Cassie activates hacks and starts John Wicking everyone. Then Kano shows up and gets shot. Then Kano shows up and since Cassie has a massive daddy king, that monstrous hairy chest, she runs away. Cassie honey, Daddy Kano was already shooting when you tried to shoot him. Your reflex should be on par with Evo Smash players, but I guess you just wanted to embrace more daddy hunkness. One, Kano's minigun basically has no wind-up time, except for here. 2. Kano could see through the truck. So why didn't he see Sonya climbing on top? Did he turn it off? Bloody fuckstick. Then Sonya has to fight both Canos. This should be pretty tough cause they are gonna fight dirty.
What the bloody hell just happened?
Well, that was idiotic. Off to hang myself. Hot and left.
How could this happen? I'm fine if there are scars, and I'm fine if a past character dies, so does the future version. But how the f do you feel the same pain 20 years later? Apparently if I slap you today you'll feel it 20 years later. Why didn't old Johnny faint after young Johnny was defeated? Or Kano? Or Hanzo? Or Liu Kang? Fuck this bullshit. Even though they did this stupid thing here, I do believe there is a reason why they did it. So after future Kano gets defeated, Sonya beats up young Kano. And just as she's about to give him the finishing blow, Kano has one last surprise.
Now this is a pickle.
You got up fast, considering you just took pain from 20 years ago. Also, how did you get Johnny? Wasn't Cassie with him? Did Kano kill Cassie? Or was Cassie standing there in awe of those sweet muscular abs? So now Kano and Sonya are at a standoff.
Don't forget, it's 2 for 1. He dies, so does your little girl.
Thanks, Kano.
For what?
For reminding me of the rules.
What the f just happened? She won by shooting him in the face. Now give her an Emmy.
Thanks.
So, from what I can tell, I believe the developers want us to be impressed by this because she killed both Canos at the same time. The game constantly reminds us about the rules, which is probably why they did this dumbass scene, because the audience is probably too dumb and not mature enough to have watched a time travel movie. After Kano reminds us again about this, finally Sonya figures out that she can just kill young Kano to kill both Canos. Great job.
Thanks.
That doesn't mean the standoff is over. The moment you pull the gun out, Johnny is dead. Luckily, Kano kinda forgot he was proficient with knives. He just stands there in a daze for 5 seconds, and then dies. Bugger me. Congratulations Kano. You have never won a fight in this timeline, and that's the end of Kano and the cooler Kano. I don't know what else I can do now. Fuck it, I'm out of ideas. Enjoy this.
Get what you fucking deserve!
L337 is a droid rights advocate in the new Star Wars movie. Frost is the girl version of Sub-Zero. She got sick of being called that, so she cybernized herself to be more original, which sadly Sub-Zero also did first. Before the game came out, there was a mysterious hooded figure standing next to Kronika. Whoever this is must be very important. And let me tell you, she definitely is crucial. In chapter 4, Kronika brought back the Cyberlin Kui facility and has Sector and Mysterious Lady to help make some robots. Then Hanzo and Qilang show up to attack, and it turns out it's Frost. OMG, I'm so surprised. I definitely didn't spoil myself before the game came out. She gets defeated by either Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and then she runs away, leaving Subadom to disable all the Cyberlin Kui. So since these three idiots couldn't protect the facility, Kronika has to ask Kano to help rebuild thousands of more robots. Kronika is literally asking Kano to wipe your ass, Frost.
Ballsy.
In chapter 11, Frost brings the Cyberlin Kui 2.0 to fight the good guys. She decides to take on Raiden.
Superhero landing! Now do I have your attention, Raiden?
And gets defeated.
Such wasted potential.
Now remember when I said she was crucial to the plot? Is it because she has a complex and interesting story?
Nope.
Is it because she's the key to Kronika's victory?
Nope.
Or is it because she's what all women in video games strive to be? I'll let you guys decide on that last one. The answer is she's a self-destruct button for all the Cyberlin Kui.
Is this a joke? I'm not sure yet.
Once Raiden defeats her, he EMPs her head, and all the robots get disconnected. If you beat her, you destroy half of Kronika's army.
Yikes.
The funniest thing about this is I blame Kronika more than Frost for this. She's done this thousands of times, so she has to know about this design flaw. And yet she allows Frost's arrogant ass to take on the Thunder God.
I'll tell you something, I'm getting pretty sick and tired of all the dumb things that go on around here.
So in the end, not only did Frost fail to protect the first batch of Cyberlin Kui, she also threw the second one into the sea of blood. Great job, Frosty.
What's up, Frosty the Snow Chick?
Such wasted potential.
Hey there, Elsa. What's up?
Ugh, why does everyone call me that?
Let it go, can't hold it back.
Devourer is a species known as a chitin, where bugs bond together to form a humanoid body. She has also sucked every villain's PP for her own survival, and it has been working out very well for her.
Onaga, Shao, and Kotal. Khans whom the Hive has outlived.
Devourer is also my most requested character due to how much people hate her. Now let's get right into Bug Lady. I'm also going to have a counter for all the good and bad things she's done in the story. In chapter 2, Shao Kahn and his gang are just about to be defeated. However, Devourer comes to save them all. Then Devourer straight up tells Shao Kahn about making out with his daughter.
You Melina!
And she doesn't suffer any repercussions from Shao. In chapter 5, Devourer almost kills KK, but KK is saved by Jade because Revenant Jade sucks.
You suck something fierce.
Then Devourer gets defeated by Jade and tells them the location of the Tikutan camp. But in the long run this actually helps the villains because KK and Jade get captured from this. In chapter 10, Devourer is interrogating whatever your name was, and gets interrupted by Scorpion. Then Hanzo gets killed by Devourer.
Unacceptable.
And then she gets away, and that is the end of Devourer. I'm sorry, how does she suck? Like, I listed all this out and I don't see how she's bad. So after analyzing for some time, I have come up with points that might point to her sucking. Number 1. She gets defeated by Jade. Haha, she got defeated by the sassy pole lady. But, in my opinion, I thought it was more funny that the ruler of Outworld got spanked by Jade, which caused them to get caught, because Devourer told them to go there and fuck themselves. Number 2. Someone in NetherRealm Studios must really like Devourer. She has accomplished much more than any of these characters. And she kills Hanzo, so I find it kinda funny that Bug Lady has a little guardian angel looking after her from NRS. And the final point is everyone hates her. She's disgusting. She betrays allies, and she kills fan favorites. Fuck this stupid Bug Lady, am I right? But how does that make her suck? In my opinion, a hated character doesn't equal a bad character. I like to point out the contradictions and stupid decisions that characters make. But Devoral doesn't really possess much of that, and all I'd be left with is an angry gamer aunt complaining about Devoral's face.
What's wrong with your face?
In my Sonya Blade Sucks video, while Ronda Rousey's voice sucks and hated by many, Sonya Blade's actions in the story were a lot more funny and what makes the video entertaining in my opinion. However, I don't have that same feeling for Devoral. I'm sorry everyone. I know you all wanted me to rip and tear her apart, but I just don't have enough leverage on her. Hopefully she'll get brutally murdered in Mortal Kombat Aftermath. If you wanted to see some actual Devoral Sucks content, then I recommend checking out the 4th Snake's video on her.
There was always something about Devorah's role in MKX that bugs me, haha.
Or check out Maximilian Dubra acting to all fatalities performed on Devoral.
Oh my god! 10 out of 10!
So in the end, all I can say is, I guess I just don't possess enough hatred towards Devoral to make a Sucks video. Wait. Did I just accidentally reveal that I like Devoral?
I am never gonna financially recover from this.
Kahn was the original Sub-Zero, and the older brother of Sub-Zero Jr. Then he was killed by Scorpion, and turned into dark edgy Sub-Zero. Many people were super hyped when they announced that he was going to be in MK11.
Mocap. Oh.
Ow!
I did a bad.
So let's get right into Noob Master 69. In Chapter 4, Kronika brings back the Cybelin Kui facility and has Sector Cyrax's mysterious lady to help build some robots. Then Hanzo and Kui Liang show up to attack. Noob fights back and tells them why he is working for Kronika.
Kronika offers me a new clan to lead.
Kronika promises him a dark edgy shadow clan, but the problem is this will happen in the next timeline, where Noob Saibot will turn back to Sub-Zero. I don't really think Iceman will have any interest in this reward. Then he gets defeated by either Scorpion or Sub-Zero, and then he runs away. In Chapter 9, Jax and Jackie go on a mission to retrieve the crown, and Noob Saibot tries to stop them. He uses his shadow clone jutsu to grab them, and now I'm turning this video into a Jax and Jackie Sucks video, because if you choose either one of them to fight, they'll just leave the other one struggling, and watch the other take all the glory. It's so fucking funny. Noob then gets defeated, and that is the end of Noob Saibot.
Oh my god!
Seriously? That's all you're gonna give this overhyped character? Hold it. Breaking news. Noob Saibot has been confirmed to be in Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Let's see what he does in that. In Chapter 15, Noob Saibot fights Fujin and gets defeated, and that is the end of Noob Saibot.
Well, that was a load of shit.
Is that really all they can come up for him after bringing him back from the Green Tornado? How about bringing back young Bihan and have him confront his future self Noob Saibot? Or how about a Sub-Zero vs Sub-Zero vs Sub-Zero vs Noob Saibot epic bro battle? Or as many fans have suggested, let Noob kill Scorpion as payback for killing him, but then finding out just how different Scorpion is now.
I let go my rage, and it saved me. To save yourself, you must do the same.
He is not filled with rage and vengeance, and dies with no regret. Realizing what he has done, Noob decides to be a better person, and helps his brother take down Kronika, instead of being her pawn. But nah, let's have Bug Lady kill him instead, creating more hate for the Devora haters.
I should be glad you killed Hanzo.
Then why attack me?
His life was mine to claim.
This has always been something I don't like about NetherRealm Studios. They put interesting cool looking fighters in their game, yet they have no idea what to do with them in the story. The Collector is a really cool character with 4 arms and a bunch of mystical weapons. But do you mean to tell me that for the past 20 years in Mortal Kombat history there has been a tax collector for Shao Kahn all this time? That's stupid and doesn't add anything to the story. If they can't think of anything for Noob Saibot, why even put him in the game? There are plenty of other characters that have more interesting potential. Here are a couple that I have in mind. Goro seemed to have an interesting plot line with KK. I wonder where they can take this in the future. Ermac seems interesting too, now that Shao Kahn has returned. How will that affect his allegiance? Will he go back to Shell, or will he stay with KK?
We will serve whom we choose.
And now that Shang Tsung is back, that could add even more to the plot. And finally, love her or hate her, I think they should have brought back Melina. After the time vortex happens, a past Melina shows up and she fights for Shao Kahn in the beginning. Later, she then finds out what happens in the future. Not only does Shao Kahn get defeated, but she also fails to be the ruler of Outworld. With that in mind, how would that affect her? Will she continue to support her father knowing the failure he'll become? Or will she join the good guys and work with Kitana and Jade and give us the arcade ending we all wanted? The Fourth Snake made a great video explaining the potential Melina can have in this series.
Imagine retelling the story with this idea in mind, presenting a deeper exploration of Melina's psyche where this broken mental state brought about by traumatic realizations and existential questions was a major focus of her character.
These are just some ideas that I had if these characters made it in. However, let's be real. Even if they made it in, NetherRealm Studios would probably just toss them aside because they need to tell us the importance of Sonya Blade learning how to read.
You left me behind?
But I reread the file. You followed orders, saved your squad.
In conclusion, Noob Saibot is disappointing. He's just a shadow of other characters. I'll end this video with the famous quote from his brother.
Such wasted potential. Mother would be so proud. You will find beyond. You are already dead. NANI?!
The Revenants are zombie versions of previous Mortal Kombat heroes. And by zombie versions I mean devoid of characteristics. While I was writing the script for this video, at first, I thought I was just gonna laugh at how stupid they are and be done with it. But the more I thought about it, the more angry I got due to how big of a wasted potential they were. Let's start from the beginning of this timeline. In Mortal Kombat 9, after Sindel one-shots all of our heroes, it's revealed that Quan Chi revives all of them into his servants, setting up an interesting plotline for the sequel. In Mortal Kombat X we get to see an epic battle between heroes and former heroes. But as the story goes on, they just become jobbers, which is fine. The main conflict in the story is about Outworld and Shinnok, so the Revenants just mindlessly working for Quan Chi is alright. For now. I also like hearing their reasons for doing evil.
Quan Chi reunited me with my family.
I don't understand, Kotal. I mean, I hate the things I did here, but you enjoy being a Revenant.
It suits me. I am a victim no longer.
I should thank you. You freed me. The Elder Gods you blindly serve. I will help Shinnok end their rule.
In the end of MKX, Shinnok gets defeated. Liu Kang and Kitana become the king and queen of the Netherrealm, independent from their former master's controls and ready to take fate into their own hands. Sarah Kerrigan's plotline from StarCraft Brood Wars is one of my favorite anti-villain plotlines in video game history.
I'll see you dead for this, Kerrigan.
So after waiting for 4 years, let's find out what purpose they serve in Mortal Kombat 11. They serve Kronika.
What was the reason? What was the reason? What was the reason?
After an epic battle between the Special Forces and the Revenants, Kronika shows up and they start simping for her.
How do we begin?
Side note, I think these demon designs are really cool. It's too bad none of them are playable, and instead we're stuck with some. The Revenants all turn into Kronika's minions. All they do is fight for Kronika and stand around and wait for her orders.
What now, Kronika?
They are so bland. The only thing we could look forward to after MKX is what are the Revenants gonna do next? And Dark Raiden.
By the Elder God.
Yet in MK11, they are just jobbers. Again, they are also super boring. They show up, say something evil, and get defeated. Legacy heroes who aren't controlled by Quan Chi have less emotion than RoboCop and the Terminator. The example I have is from chapter 3. Kronika is chatting with her comrades, and among them is Revenant Kitana and Shao Kahn. I repeat, Kitana and Shao Kahn are standing next to each other, and they do nothing, not even a glance.
Where's this boldness
hiding, Katana? You're as feeble-minded as Jared.
King Jared.
The only Revenant I kind of enjoyed was Liu Kang. He had a legit reason to want to do evil.
I was put here by your hand.
And he's quite entertaining on screen.
More visions, Raiden? Do you still see the future?
She's trapped, Cassandra Cage.
I like Revenant Liu Kang.
You're perfect already.
The rest of you can f*** off.
Alright, get lost, all of you. You're fired. Go on, scram. Get out of here, you moochers. That's right, keep moving.
You know what? Yeah.
Except you stay.
Usually I go through the chapters and talk about what they do in them, but I don't need to do it this time, because I can sum it up like this. I'm evil. Fight me. That is all that happens to the Revenants. Unless you are Scorpion or Liu Kang with the amulet, they are literally punching bags for our heroes. Since I've been mostly negative towards the Revenants, I'm curious on how my audience feels about them. Let's check it out.
They don't do anything, they're just grunts with no character.
In MK9, promising. MKX, disappointing. MK11, they completely suck. They suck, but they look pretty cool. Don't get me wrong, they still suck. But they look pretty cool.
They got weaker. Because Sonya kicked Quan Chi in the balls.
Such wasted potential.
They are grey, and that's nice.
I would comment on them, but I've yet to witness their army's full strength. They should unleash hell any day now.
If two Revenants have babies, will the baby be a Revenant? And if a mom dies by childbirth, can you press charges on the baby?
Quan Chi should have made them stronger, but he couldn't, because he fell off his horse.
They look like naughties from Smurfs too.
They don't have elder gods, so they always lose. Remember kids, always consult with the elder gods.
Stop giving the grey zombies the best, most revealing outfits.
They're dead to me.
Let's just say the Revenants from Doom are way better. Also, dude.
I don't know, man. I was kinda here for the fairy stuff.
Don't act like you know everything!
Quan Chi just wanted some homies.
You were my only friend.
Undead Jade somehow manages to be hotter than her living self.
By the gods, it's true.
That they are all idiots. But Liu Kang has a good smug at least.
They are basically like corrupted Shinnok.
Make a video called Revenants Suck and mention all the comments that are here.
Okay, mate.
I don't know much about the Revenants so far, but should KK arrive in his wheelchair, they better get out of his way, lest he rolls over their premature grapes.
Most of you either think they suck, or think that they had potential and they wasted it, so you all basically made the video for me.
It's free real estate.
Some of you do like the designs of them though, so I guess they did one thing right.
I should get one thing right.
Thank you all so much for your responses. Now I'm going to say something rude. I know game development is hard, but I still want to say this. If you're gonna treat the Revenants like jobbers, then why not just put actual jobbers in the game? There are some other lackeys from the Black and Red Dragons. Some other villains from Outworld. Where the fuck are these guys? Although they are still jobbers, at least they are more interesting, and Kronika would probably give them a more compelling motive to help her. I would rather fight meat, instead of beating up zombie sassy pole lady 5 times. My mistake. 7 times. And I know this can't happen. Because A. They already hyped the Revenants from MKX. B. Game development is hard. C. The game is marketed as canon mirror matches, so having the Revenants fight their former selves would make sense. Still thought it was interesting to suggest though. And now I'll end this topic by asking a very simple question. Why are they working for Kronika? I don't think it's because she's the mother of Shinnok, nor do I think it's because she fixed their house. So I'm pretty sure it's because she offered something to them in the next timeline, like getting rid of Raiden so Shao Kahn can conquer the other realms.
Raiden will not exist to thwart you.
You can wipe Raiden from history?
Or paying the Black Dragon.
We get paid in the new era.
Noob Saibot getting a dark edgy Shadow Clan. As Sub-Zero. Frost becoming the Grand Master of the Lin Kui. Or Sector. I'm not too sure, but what I do know is that Kuai Liang will suffer from this until Shao Kahn comes and conquers Earthrealm. So let's see what Kronika will offer the Revenants in the next timeline. Liu Kang will be the champion of Mortal Kombat, but Kung Lao wants that too. Maybe they can be champions together, but then that will conflict with Shao Kahn's goals. Maybe they can work for Shao Kahn happily. Maybe all Liu Kang wants is Raiden to be dead. Smoke will probably suffer with Kuai Liang. The Matoka will be very disappointed in Nightwolf.
Kronika has no love for our people. The Great Spirit is a fraud who allowed us to suffer.
Stryker will quit the Force and join the Black Lives Matter protest. And finally, Kitana, Jade and Sindel will live happily in Edenia until Shao Kahn invades them, or Sindel betrays them. Maybe they'll be a happy family with Shao Kahn. Look, either this is the messiest timeline in MK history, or Kronika is lying. In conclusion, the Revenants' characteristics suck, their battles suck, and their motivations suck. Which means...
Drumroll, please! Drumroll! I'm so excited!
They suck.
She's trapped, Cassandra Cage.
Our work is finished, Sonic RXD. Lord Raiden, you have completed the Mortal Kombat 11 Sucks trilogy, and you're ready to post it. Then together, let us begin. Cease, Sonic, before you doom us all. Sonic RXD from the future? In the future, NetherRealm Studio will release a new DLC story that contradicts many things you have said in these videos. If you release the videos now, your comment section will be filled with nitpicking. And why are we listening to this snake? Because I am a snake who has received the same comment over and 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 over again! Yes! I know Shao Kahn didn't die and was only blinded! Thank you for reminding me the 200th time! I have endured them. Can you? Mortal Kombat Aftermath is the
Mortal Kombat Aftermath is the aftermath of Mortal Kombat 11. It is also some of the best storytelling in video game history. This whole thing is such a mess. Tons of plot holes, stupid character decisions, random power scalings. It's basically a Michael Bay movie. But before I dive into this goldmine of garbage, I do wanna talk about some positives. The fight choreography in these cutscenes are absolutely amazing. I like Fujin's character. He seems like a cool dude. Or as Maximilian Dude said, Fujin is Raiden, just not an idiot. Kari Hiroyuki Tagore does an excellent job playing as Shang Tsung. He just might be my favorite character in this game. Alright, let's get right into the story. I'm sure it won't be worse than Mortal Kombat 11, right?
The joke is, it's gonna be bad.
We start off from the ending of MK11, right where Liu Kang defeats Kronika. Liu Kang is about to reset the timeline, when suddenly, Shang Tsung shows up to stop him. Liu Kang needs the crown in order to restart time.
How do you know this? We could observe the events leading up to your siege of the keep, but we were powerless to intervene.
We were banished to a void beyond time.
Which is also known as the DLC paywall.
Send me into the past to steal the crown from my island before Kronika sends Cetrion to claim it.
I will join you.
No, Raiden.
You are not DLC. Go away. So Liu Kang sends Shang Tsung, Nightwolf and Fujin back in time to Chapter 2 to nab the crown. However, they were sent back to Chapter 7.
Whoops.
The Collector shows up and gets defeated. Now that they have much less time, they need to come up with a plan to defeat Cetrion.
Sindel.
Just DLC, that'll work.
Okay, I'm not really sure that would have been my first pick. Here's my long boring opinion about who to bring back. Pause if you wanna read. But the main reason they want her is because she won't disrupt this current timeline.
We can safely recruit her without disrupting events.
Keep that in mind. So in order to revive Sindel, they will need slurp juice, Sindel's body, Shiva's help and the soul chamber. This is looking more complicated than just going to Shang Tsung's island. They then get the slurp juice, fight some goons.
Where did you send him?
Chaos Realm. Havoc will keep him entertained.
Havoc is dead though, whatever. On to the next step. They try to find Sindel, but instead get one shot by Revenant Liu Kang. Okay, maybe you should use that move more often and finally Kronika can question them.
Take them to the Bone Temple.
Or not. Idiots! Luckily, the place they get captured is also where Sindel is, so they beat everyone and take her body. They ask for Shiva's help cause they need her to be playable. Shiva complies, because Sindel is best waifu for her, so now they have to be very sneaky in order to not alert anybody.
Safely recruit her without disrupting events.
Baraka and Eren show up, because Shang smells like shit.
Dude, you've got a BO problem.
And then an all-out brawl breaks out.
Wait. Go back one.
What do you say?
Hold on a second, I'll enhance.
Tarkatan blood is shed. Tarkatans are all mouth and no ears. You speak when you should listen.
But you didn't explain anything to him.
Empress Sindel, we can restore her.
Hold up, Shiva.
Let's move quickly.
What in Argus's name is happening out here?
We have no wish to fight, Jade.
You have yet to convince me.
Then they get to the soul chamber, and they see KK.
Do we wait, or do we wake him?
The soul chamber is occupied. Kotal uses it to mend his broken spine. Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
I promise we will not disturb him. Wake the fuck up.
Your ass is ass and I'm the grass man, punk.
You need more time to heal.
It's on! It's on like...
We will not harm Kotal. As my ally, you should trust me.
Disrupting him now could leave his injuries permanent.
By the way, many of you have wanted me to make a KK Sucks Part 2 because of this. But I don't really want to. Because, you know, he's disabled. I don't wanna make fun of a cripple. I just feel bad for KK in this whole story.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
Though to be fair, if he were on his wheelchair he'd definitely win.
Queen Shiva.
Kitana Kahn,
Nothing good can come from that sorcerer.
Oh my gosh. If I beat people, they will listen to me. Why am I not Kahn? Then Sindel comes back to life. And it's a very sweet reunion.
Shiva,
Empress,
you give me the greatest gift. I am in your debt now.
Thank you, Empress.
Where is my daughter? Kitana. Trust that I love you.
No, Mother. I would go with you. Fight by your side, but...
You are not DLC. Go away. Then the gang go to Shang Tsung's island to retrieve the crown. They see Jax and Noob guarding the crown. Though I must say, haven't we already seen Jax's redemption arc? Maybe this time they can help Noob with his problems. Nah, this is the full-on Jax route. Jax best husbando. Have you seen his cake?
can't breathe.
Then the gang bully Cetrian, and they successfully get the crown. Now they have to give it to Raiden so that he can take it to victory, but Raiden is too mad to listen to reason, so they have to calm him down.
Calm down. Calm down.
I must consult with the Elder Gods.
Enough is enough! I have had it with these motherfucking
Elder Gods. I must consult with the Elder Gods. I must confer with the Elder Gods.
Elder Gods, the Elder Gods. Trust in the Elder Gods.
The Elder Gods. I am a fool. I have allowed myself to become a slave to the Elder Gods. I will not allow my temper to fracture our resolve further.
After calming him down, Kronika shows up to taunt them, and they also bully her away too. Then we cut to Sindel, and it turns out she's evil. So before I continue, I'd like to explain why many MK fans hate this. In the original timeline, Sindel killed herself and was brought back to life by Shang Tsung, mind controlled and serving the bad guys. She then breaks out of the mind control and joins the good guys. While in this timeline, she was always evil, and instead of suicide she gets killed by Quan Chi. And everything else is pretty much the same. Fans are pissed off of not having a good guy version of Sindel. While I'm here wondering why she was brainwashed in the first place. If she was always evil, then what's the point of brainwashing her to do evil? That's like brainwashing Bowser to kidnap Princess Peach. Anyways, let's move on. Sindel helps Shao Kahn. OMG, he's not dead. Wow. I am so surprised, and I definitely didn't see this coming.
Empress? Tell me you would not betray your daughter. Now there is a better way to lead.
Shiva honey, you literally beat everyone for her, and now that she doesn't seem like best way for you betray her? I'm disappointed in you, Shiva. Kick her ass, Sindel. I still support you for Kahn though.
Kitana murdered your Shokan brethren. Shiva challenged her and suffered this punishment. Swear your allegiance, and I shall see her avenged.
Do you have proof? Only my word. Your word is worthless.
Sindel then heals Shao Kahn. Wait, you can heal blindness from the soul chamber? Somebody call Quan Chi.
Oh, I get it. Cause I'm blind.
Why?
And now I'm going to say something very controversial. This stupid power couple is probably my favorite thing in the game. The whole purpose of the Sindel's retcon was for this. To have two big evil conquerors be madly in love with each other and watch them beat everybody up while they touch each other's boobs is so fucking funny. Then Garrus shows up to greet them nicely.
Kronika has need of you. Kronika? Where was she when Kitana stole my throne?
Shao Kahn, when will you deliver the Outworld army?
Soon. It will be mine once Kotal is killed. We'll make a joke on her empty promises.
Kronika was kinda depending on you to win. Now you're just making excuses. And then Garrus gets beat up. Don't worry, I'm sure he's fine. He is Garrus after all. Then we see Cassie getting the fleet ready, and younger Johnny shows up.
I'm healed, Cassie. Raiden gave me one of his Thunder Hands massages.
That seems pretty cool. Did Raiden do that for the other Johnny? No? Okay.
Where is Mama Bear?
She's over there, waiting for Shiva at the rendezvous.
Wait. Do you mean to tell me that in Mortal Kombat 11 story, when the final battle was going on, Sonya and Johnny were standing on the beach doing nothing?
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay.
I'd like to make an announcement. Ronda Rousey does not get a single line in this story mode and gets defeated with one kick. Thank you, NetherRealm Studios. Cassie and Johnny show up to fight them, and Cassie gets defeated, which just proves how fucking pathetic Shinnok truly is.
Miserable wretch! Insignificant speck of feculent scum!
Then Johnny gets defeated, but they don't get killed. I wonder why that is.
You're in luck, Johnny Cage. In my care, you and Sonya will breed many fine slaves.
Then they catch up to Kitana and face them there. I'm sorry, what the fuck are you doing here? You literally didn't show up the last time because you have a broken back. Did Shiva fix your back when she beat you? Why would you do this, NetherRealm Studios?
Elder gods, damn you.
Though to be fair, if he were on his wheelchair he'd fuck everyone up.
And to consecrate our bond, I killed Jared for him.
Then Kitana fights Sindel and Liu Kang fights Shao Kahn. If you pick Shao Kahn, you get to see Spider Hair Sindel.
It is my destiny to defeat you, Shao Kahn.
And then they both get defeated. I would like to thank NRS for doing this. Thank you for showing us how truly badass Shao Kahn is. Not only does he beat Cassie Cage, but after so many battles, so many failed attempts, he finally defeats the chosen one Liu Kang. Thank you for redeeming Shao Kahn from MK11's story. And just like that, he gets the Shockens and Tarkatans back on his side. I kinda like how all the build up, all the story arcs the good guys get, are all destroyed by these two. That amazing speech Kitana gives.
We must fight for each other, Baraka, not with each other.
Completely shattered because Shao tells them to betray her. No matter how good your message is, people will only follow the strong.
They are unaware of our army's full strength.
We will unleash hell.
Oh? Okay, I'm looking forward to seeing your full strength then. I bet you have the Terminator ready to fuck everyone up. Then they get to Kronika's keep. Why? I don't understand what you're trying to prove with this. If you threw Kitana or Liu Kang's head that would make more sense. But all you did was decapitate a disabled man. I wouldn't really be proud of that.
I've fallen, and I can't get up!
Also, I find it funny that out of all the things that the good guys suffer, KK is the only one that gets killed on screen. You know what I think? I think someone from NetherRealm Studios watched my KK Sucks video, and agrees with me to the point that they brought him on the ship just to kill him off. And to that all I have to say is, thank you for watching my video. Also, stop making fun of disabled people. Then the attack begins, and OMG it turns out Shang Tsung was a bad guy.
Now bear witness, as the power to decide destiny becomes mine.
Seriously, you guys had like 25 seconds to stop him from wearing that. Shang Tsung activates hacks and beats up everyone, and all the good guys in Kronika's army gets defeated. So what was that about your army's full strength? Unleashing hell? I'm sure you're still holding back. Garrus will pop out and save the day. RoboCop will come out and arrest Sindel for being a Twitch thought. So they go inside and fight Kronika.
Army's full strength.
By the way, I would like to point out that Kari Hiroyuki's expressions are so funny in these scenes.
Let me take a selfie.
And then Shang Tsung betrays Shao and Sindel. OMG, so unexpected. And then he beats up Kronika. But don't worry, I'm sure her army's full strength will show up as a last surprise. Joker will come out and save everyone. Spawn will unleash hell on them. Oh. I get it now. She's talking out of her ass. But on a serious note though, where is Garrus? He should be regenerated by now, but he never shows up in this game anymore. You know what I think? I think he said fuck it and left Kronika, cause he's sick of her shit.
I don't know, man. I've been killing myself for Kronika like billions of times already, yet I don't feel really appreciated. Like, she doesn't treat me like a person, you know?
I'm sorry, who are you? I haven't been outside in a while.
So Kronika gets vacuumed, and Shang Tsung takes in that sweet victory.
Cease before you doom us all.
Hey, it's Hacks Mode Liu Kang. But where is Human Raiden? Did you throw him in the DLC paywall?
By the Elder God. I thought your duties required you stayed behind.
A lie. Something you know well.
I see now. The hourglass showed that only I could wield the crown against Kronika successfully. You let me win.
So I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but I like this ending, mainly for two reasons. 1. You can find clues of Liu Kang's plan since the beginning of the game. I believe some of these actions were to ensure Shang Tsung's victory, asking Raiden not to go because he would probably catch on to Shang much earlier, sending them back later to force Shang to revive Sindel because he knew about the retcon, but most importantly, Fujin was in on it the whole time.
Fujin. A word?
He gave the order, he must win. Shang Tsung must win.
But the risk, Liu Kang, will be rewarded.
Say nothing to Nightwolf.
So Fujin makes sure he wins.
You have a different plan, Nightwolf?
Sorcerer, I'll...
No, Nightwolf. Shang Tsung must live. Have faith in me.
Thank you.
Whether or not this was intentional from NetherRealm Studios' side, I think it's really cool to find these hints. And the second reason I like this ending is because Liu Kang is kind of a dick. He allowed all his friends to suffer horrible fates just for this moment.
And to ensure victory, you sacrifice the lives of your friends.
They are not gone, Shang Tsung. They will live again in my new era.
Some of you may die, but it's a sacrifice I am willing to make.
Breed slaves.
Keep in mind, Liu Kang could probably show up anytime to help the good guys win, but he chooses not to, because if the good guys win, then the timeline would not reset. They'd just keep going on. So whether you think it's the right call for Liu Kang to reset the timeline or not, I 100% agree about what Shang Tsung says.
How deliciously cold-blooded.
And it is up to the player to choose whether his plan succeeds or not. Either his risk is rewarded, or his arrogance was the key to his downfall. And then you will either see the great Kung Lao or Big Chungus Shang Tsung. And that is the end of Mortal Kombat Aftermath. Overall, it's a mess. Characters are so stupid. Retcons had to be made just for the story. And yes, it sucks. But I had a lot of fun. I would even say it's better than MK11 story, though that's not a really high bar to pass. It still sucks, but I had fun. Now if you'll excuse me, I need to retcon my own videos. Did she just blind Shao Kahn? Did she just blind motherfucking Shao Kahn? So Shao Kahn blind. You hype us for the Quan v Kahn battle, and you end it with Shao Kahn not finishing the job. Actually, we do get a conclusion. Shao Kahn decapitates KK, a poor defenseless disabled man who was just hanging out on a boat. Yay. After a sweet hug, they then run away. And that is the end of Sonya Blade. Actually, Sonya and Johnny stand on the beach of the Sea of Blood and watch their friends go to the final battle, and they stand there and do nothing. And that is the end of Sonya Blade. The Collector is a really cool character with 6 arms, and there we go. I fixed everything. I did it. Now I have no more major problems in my videos. What the hell is going on now?
Hey everybody, it's me, Fingercam Sonic again, and you know what that means? It means I'm going to rant angrily and shout at the camera. Woo! Oh, by the way, can you hear that like sound in the background? Yeah, that's my AC, and I apologize for having that on for the noise. However, if I were to choose between noise reduction and literally fainting from the heat, I choose the former. So let's just enjoy some nice air conditioning ambient sound together. I'm sure we'll enjoy this after. So I'm actually really looking forward to this rant because this time I get to bully my audiences. Woo! Yeah! So I get a lot of comments talking about the mistakes I've made in my videos, such as Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's only blinded. Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's blinded. Shao Kahn isn't dead, he's blinded. I'm sexist for thinking Katana can't defeat Shao Kahn. All these sorts of things, and I apologize greatly for these. Sumimasen, sumimasen. However, there is one thing you guys keep telling me, like I literally receive this exact same comment like 3 times per week, and that is Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator are dead. Now let me explain for context. In my KK Sucks video, I asked the question, where is Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator?
You know, I wonder where these guys are when all this was happening.
Because they were KK soldiers in Mortal Kombat X, so where the heck are they in MK11? Like, I find it even funny that Aaron Black is still there, but like none of his previous soldiers are there. So I asked the question, like, where are they? So I made the joke that they were playing poker the whole entire time, and that's why they never showed up in MK11, because they lost track of time and they were just playing poker together. However, I got so many comments telling me that they died. And so because they're dead, my poker joke wouldn't work. So I decided finally I wanted to really look into this issue. I waited for Aftermath's release because I was thinking maybe there would be some new information in that, which it turned out it didn't. And I asked you guys on the YouTube community tab for more information, and a ton of you replied to me. Like 600, 700 people like replied to me. It's amazing, and I cannot thank you guys enough for all you guys participating for this dumb question. And now I can confidently make the argument to disprove Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator's death. But before we get into that, I'd like to show you guys some funny replies I got regarding the question. We'll just say that Bug Lady killed all of them because the developers seem to love that explanation. Yes, Devora has devoured them all. Ermac and Lizard lost poker match with Farah and didn't have enough money to pay up, so she fed them to Tor. Sadly, he died because of toxication. Well, better story than Last of Us 2. Only Reptile lives, but where he is now, I don't know. Maybe in NetherRealm Studio. Yep, he's just 24/7, staying invisible behind some of the co-workers, just watching and waiting. Poker got boring, so they played Russian roulette with a knife and a pistol. Well, that's how they all died. And that's why Aaron Black is the only one left. They died for the memes. Yes. Bless their souls. They sacrificed their lives to make KK in a wheelchair happen. Ask Fourth Snake. Oh, I mean, I'd like to, but I think he's pretty busy working on his 12th video about Sindel. Hey, no hate, man. No hate, man. I love your videos. Sindel's retcon is really stupid. They didn't die. They are just sleeping in ketchup. They will come back in MK12. Excuse me, what? They were all arrested by the police after watching underage... That's why they added RoboCops, to arrest all these characters. I get it now. Does Pharaoh have a license for that tour? You know what? This person's asking the real questions. Have they been killed off and that's why they're not MK11? Who cares about that? Does Pharaoh have a license? Ermac dead, but Ermac and Ferrator alive. What the fuck? They got corrupt. Can't even say that. But I mean, would they get it? I mean, they all wear their masks very nicely. MKX Ermac is not wearing his mask properly. That's why everybody thinks he's dead. I ate them. Well, spit him out! They got cancelled by Kronika. I know how Reptile and Ermac died. They raged to where they killed themselves after 2 times of Terra and Tor getting full house. Terra and Tor probably died to depression of no longer having friends, and maybe Reptile died by swearing to a child. 10 out of 10 Oscars. Best storyline in the whole entire world. Better than The Last of Us 2. Okay, let's actually start debating about this topic. Now keep in mind that I am not trying to prove that they are alive. I am only trying to prove that we don't know what happens to them. Because if we don't know what happens to them, that means that you can't prove that they are dead. I mean, they might not be alive. The point is we don't know what happened to them, and it's not 100% confirmation that they are dead. Okay, so let's start off with Ferrator. A lot of people like to use the intro dialogue from Devora as evidence. Play the clip.
Have you seen Ferrator? Only their corpses, Collector.
And while intro dialogues can give some interesting information and theories, like if you really notice, like they even teased Aftermath through the intro dialogues, they are not fact. I can't believe I have to explain this. They are just what-if scenarios, funny interactions. They are not facts. And sometimes they even downright lie.
Fujin apologizes for his absence.
What happened to him, Cetrion?
He fought valiantly to the last breath.
Pledge the Lin Kuei to me.
And stain my clan with dishonor.
Comply, or I'll help Frost depose you.
Kitana lets my empire crumble.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Name your price, Black.
Step not 1 foot in Outworld.
We don't want to be seen together. All right. They can't find out we're twins.
In fact, D'Vorah downright lies.
You killed Jared, D'Vorah?
This one killed many on Shao Kahn's behalf.
Because it was Sindel who killed Jared.
I killed Jared for him.
So in that sense, D'Vorah is a liar and should not be trusted. Liar! Intro dialogues cannot be taken as 100% fact. And the other argument that a lot of people like to bring up is Ferrator's arcade ending from MKX, where they go on a metamorphosis trip and Tor dies and Farah turns into a buff lady. While I agree that I think this will eventually happen for Ferrator's like species, do you mean to tell me the actual moment Sub-Zero shows up to freeze Ferrator, and then that's the last we ever see of them, right after that, they go on the trip? They literally just, go onto the trip right after Sub-Zero defeats them? Seriously? And fun fact, even if they went onto the journey, if you listen closely to the arcade ending, it states that they take 3 Outworld years for them to complete the journey.
Took an agonizing 3 Outworld years.
Now, I'd assume that they're using the word Outworld years to emphasize on it being longer than human years. Someone even said maybe it takes like 8 years for 1 Outworld year or something like that. But the point is, even if they went on their journey, by the time MK11 happens, which the world will reset, it's only 2 years. 2 human years when MK11 happens. So even if they were on the trip, Tor should not be dead yet, which means that they probably aren't dead and they're still walking on the trip, which I don't even believe that they're on a journey. My point is, you can't prove that they're dead because of the intro dialogues, and you can't prove that they're dead because of the arcade endings, which means Ferrator being dead is disproven. Give me a cool like circle logo thing that says disproven with the cool sound effect. Thank you, editor. Next, we're gonna talk about Reptile. Now, funny enough, Reptile is probably the one that many of you guys actually don't know what happens to him. Most of you guys just tell me that he's running around the crypt or he reunited with his own people. Funny enough, actually, it's implied that he was killed by Jax in one of the intro dialogues.
Remember that time at the dead pool?
You gave Reptile an acid bath.
Again, we don't take intro dialogues as evidence here. So yeah, nothing much else we can go with Reptile. So also disproven. Though I will say this is probably my favorite comment I got regarding about Reptile. Reptile is off in a ditch wanking in a scaly orgy. Yeah, that's totally what happened. And lastly, we have Ermac, who dies in an intro dialogue, in the crypt, and in the arcade ending in MKX. So okay, let's go by this one by one. Again, I don't take intro dialogues as evidence.
I killed Ermac.
And funny enough, if you guys are really bitter and you really want to take intro dialogues as evidence, take a listen to this.
I am also no friend of Ermac's.
You're suggesting we pay him a little visit?
Something like that.
Pay a visit? Doesn't that mean implying that he's still alive? What am I doing this for? Am I trying to stroke my mustache, but I don't have one, so I have to stroke my thumb? What the fuck? The second thing is the crypt, and I'm finally going to talk about the crypt. He jumps off a cliff in the crypt. Yes, Ermac and Quan Chi are dead in the crypt, and you can even kill Reptile in the crypt, supposedly. But do I really have to spell it out for you? Do I actually have to say that the crypt is not canon? Okay, you know what? How about this? Let's assume that the crypt is canon, okay? Let's just say that it's actually canon in MK11. So you mean to tell me that Kano was not only killed by Sonya Blade, but he also dies in the crypt? Cetrion was sucked up by Kronika, and she has her head on a spike. Shang Tsung was absolutely fine, and so was his tempo, even though it looked like this in MK11. But finally, do you mean to tell me that Mortal Kombat 11 is the same timeline as the 1995 Mortal Kombat film? The crypt ain't canon! So Ermac, Reptile, Rain, Quan Chi dying there ain't canon! Although Goro is dead though, sadly. And finally, the MKX arcade ending for Ermac, which Shang Tsung sucks Ermac's souls. Now it could have happened, yeah? It could have. But again, that ain't fact. okay? Why do I actually have to say this? Arcade endings are not canon endings. They are what-if endings. The character has to defeat Shinnok in order for their arcade ending to happen, which that does not happen in the actual story. And if arcade endings are canon, then that would mean Sub-Zero is Khaleesi, there are hundreds of clones of Melinas out there, and xenomorph aliens have invaded Outworld. Seriously, I cannot believe I have to mentally tell you guys that arcade endings are not canon. They are not canon. They cannot be taken as evidence.
Hello everybody, this is Sanic from the future, here to make a correction. I stated in this part of the video that arcade endings are not canon, and so we cannot take them as evidence. However, that is not entirely true. Arcade endings have sometimes been canon, or have canon elements inside of them. The best example that I can think of currently is Shujinko's arcade ending. In Deception, Shujinko's arcade ending is that he defeated Onaga, and that is considered the canon ending for Deception. So I would like to apologize. It is not that arcade endings aren't canon, it is that arcade endings can sometimes be canon. However, my point still stands. So I'm changing my statement to we cannot take arcade endings as facts because they are not canon to we can sometimes take arcade endings as facts, however, they have to be 100% confirmed by developers or else we can only take them as speculation. So while Ermac's arcade ending could have happened, that is still only a speculation and not a definitive answer. I'm changing my statement to that. Alright, thank you for listening to my correction and back to the video.
Which means Ermac, our final character here, is disproven. Which means Reptile, Ermac, and Ferrator are missing. Just missing. We don't know what happens to them. That is the conclusion. They are not dead, but they might not be alive. They are missing. And do you know what that means? That means I can say they are canonically playing poker when all the events of an MK11 were happening. When KK was fighting for his life, they were playing poker. That's it. Done. Video's over. Good night. Thank you for listening to my TED Talk. Ed Boon, if you release any information regarding about these characters being dead the moment I post this, then fuck you. Fuck you. I still love you, Ed, but fuck you.
I feel like we've been playing for like a year already.
That's just cause you haven't seen the sun in a while. We can have Kotal Kahn come in here and shine some on you. You'll feel much better. What's going on?
Oh wow, Farah is changing. And Tor is dead. So sad. Oh no, Farah is being eaten alive by Devora. That is tragic. Don't you agree, Ermac? Oh no, Ermac tripped and cracked his neck. And Garrus is glitching. That's so boohoo. Well, time to go have my scaly orgy now. Let's go, bros.
Hey guys. We just came back from buying some stuff from the collector. What do we miss?
Oh yeah, yeah, take it. Take my breeches.
Mortal Kombat was a mistake.
Oh yeah, yeah, take it, yeah. Take my green jizz. My tongue can reach many places.
I am simping for Reptile.
You'll feel much better. What's going on?
Oh fuck.
The things I do for love.
Hello. Welcome to my final episode of the Mortal Kombat 11 Sucks series. I recommend you check out my previous episodes before watching this since this is the last one. Now let's get into Stupid Bald Lady. Kronika is a dumb, arrogant, overpowered Titan lady who loves being Will Smith. Let's start by talking about just how OP she is. She can fly, teleport, summons sandstorms, blasting sand beams, telekinesis, creates sandballs, has an Assassin's Creed hidden blade, can throw meteors, summon warriors from alternate timelines, immortal, can create an immortal creature, is the mother of 2 elder gods, can control a fucking dinosaur, and more. But most importantly, can stop time and reverse it. And that's not even counting the power of the hourglass. She honestly should be able to solve any problem and defeat anyone she wants with these abilities. Especially since she has Zawaldo and Crazy Diamond. Either the developers forgot about how OP she is, or they just don't want her solving 99% of all problems with Zawaldo. The only person who probably doesn't get affected by this is Raiden. But like, just Zawaldo and beat him up yourself, since his allies won't be able to help him. Now let's put a pin on this topic and talk about Raiden.
Put a pin in it. Boop, pin in.
In the end of Mortal Kombat X UT's Dark Raiden to us. January 2019. UT's Dark Raiden to us again. And when MK11 came out, he doesn't even survive to chapter 2.
By the Elder God.
Why? Seriously, Kronika, why? You said you wanted to get rid of Raiden.
Raiden will not exist.
But you wanted to get rid of him in the next timeline, not in MK11.
How will this new era be different?
There will be no Raiden.
Why did you allow good Raiden to live? Why did you allow good Raiden to try? And not Dark Raiden? You know, Kronika, you could have tried your most OP ability on him. Lying. What if you told Dark Raiden that if he helped you, you would completely separate Earthrealm with all the other realms? Dark Raiden would gladly work with you, cause that's the whole point of his character. We could have had a good Raiden vs evil Raiden fight, but nah, just Thanos snap him out. No one will notice. I have another question. Why does Kronika want to get rid of Raiden? She claims that he is the cause of Shinnok's defeat.
But my work's perfection has been irreversibly tainted by Raiden's actions.
Okay, let's go back in history and see our examples. In MK4 Liu Kang defeats Shinnok. In MKX the Cages defeat Shinnok. Where the fuck is Raiden? I get that Raiden trained Liu Kang and helps out Earthrealm, but like, y'all don't have faith in Fusion?
Have faith in me.
I'm sure Fusion can train Liu Kang, or even Bo Raicho.
You're drunk. Go back to sleep.
I get that getting rid of Raiden will help the bad guys, but will it really solve everything? I would consider getting rid of the god-killing powers the Cages possess, which is why I thought Kano captured Johnny in the first place. Luckily, Cassie kinda forgot about the green glowy powers, and never uses it in MK11. Now let's put a pin on this topic and talk about Shinnok. Shinnok is the representation of death, corruption, and darkness, while Satrian is a representation of life, virtue, and light. So after Shinnok's defeat, Kronika wanted to reset the timeline because the balance of good and evil is not 50-50 anymore. But why does Shinnok get to be the representation of evil? Satrian is super OP, so I'm not arguing with her for representing good. Mr. Assface sucks and can get defeated by half the roster in MKX. So why not just let Shao Kahn be the representation of evil? Or Onaga, or Shang Tsung, or Quan Chi, or dare I say, Dark Raiden? Why is Kronika so persistent in bringing back Shinnok through time travel? In fact, considering how many times Kronika has resetted the timeline, I bet he's failed her too many times that she's lost count.
I've lost count.
Is it because she loves him? I doubt it. If you loved your son so much, then maybe you would have showed up a couple seconds earlier before he got decapitated. You can literally teleport to anywhere you want at any time. You know what I think? I think Shinnok is just an excuse for resetting the timelines over and over again, to let mommy Crony have some funny. Anyways, let's get back to Raiden. I have an interesting theory as to why Kronika wants to erase Raiden. What if Raiden has the ability to rewind time? Think about it. Armageddon was the perfect timeline Kronika created. Good and evil 50-50, and Shinnok is still alive. Kronika probably had a Kraigism with this. However, Raiden, on his dying breath, sends a message to his past self to win against Shao Kahn. I mean, to let him win. You get the point. Though this may seem like a simple ability, Raiden actually resets the Mortal Kombat timeline without the hourglass. Maybe this is the true reason why Kronika wants to annihilate Raiden. Maybe this is why she fears him. Wait, hold up. This is NetherRealm Studios we're talking about here. There's no way they can come up with something this convoluted. Never mind, Raiden still sucks. Anyways, let's get back to Kronika. I have a very simple question for Kronika. Why does Kronika want to do all of this? It's time for a small therapy session.
Hello, Mrs. Kronika, and thank you so much for joining us.
It is only a matter of time.
So, first question I would like to ask. What is it you want to do? What is your motivation?
My work's perfection has been irreversibly tainted by Raiden's actions. I intend to wind time back to its beginning and restart history.
Okay, that sounds pretty cool. Having good and evil be 50-50, I can vibe with that.
Exactly as I foretold.
Now, Kronika, honey, another question. Why do you want to do this?
The Thunder God has upset the balance of history.
Yeah, I know the what, but I don't know the why. Why do you want to restart the universe? What is it that truly makes you want to do this?
My patience has limits.
Like, is there some secret backstory you're not telling us? Is this some sort of self-entitlement you're trying to achieve?
The hour is late, mortal.
Look, girl, I'm not gonna lie. You're kind of boring. I'm pretty sure the writers were trying to go with a morally gray area kind of character. Your motive gives off that misunderstood hero kind of a feel, but you have nothing to latch onto. Like, no reason for people to feel intrigued by you.
You are beneath notice.
You're just pretty much the evil bald lady that we have to defeat at the end of the game, and that's it. I don't think anybody really likes you. Not gonna lie, I sympathize more with Kirby Final Bosses.
Unmistakably mortal. I do not serve. I am a titan.
Okay, jeez. No need to get that aggressive. Anyways, does restarting the universe have anything to do with your family? Your children? Or maybe your husband? Speaking of which, I have a very special guest waiting behind the curtains.
No!
Please welcome Thanos!
No!
I don't even know who you are.
Come, it is time to die.
Shit!
On a serious note though, I do feel like Thanos is a superior version of Kronika. They both have world-dominating plans to save everyone. Thanos wants to snap half the population away because he genuinely thinks that's how to save the universe, while Kronika wants good and evil to be 50-50 because, who knows, she looks cool and can do cool things, but she's not interesting. She has no personality, no reason for me to care or like this character. Take Scar from The Lion King as an example. Conniving, sarcastic and manipulative, has a large ego and sense of entitlement, but most importantly, always a joy to watch on screen.
Oh, I feel simply awesome. Must have slipped my mind.
Now take all that away from Scar and you'll have the 2019 version of him. A villain with a motive to be king, and nothing else special about him.
Mufasa is yesterday's message. My vision is clear and wide-ranging.
Oh goody.
I think this is the key reason why people don't give a shit about Kronika, because there is no shit to even care about. Now I want to talk about the final battle. While it was spectacle on a cinematic level, it sucks on a tactical level. What were they thinking? Both sides make unnecessary decisions. Let's start with the good guys. Raiden brought the special forces, Shaolin monks, and outworld people to fight Kronika. That's not enough. Get everybody you can find to fight. Get like all 7.5 billion people here. Find more people from Outworld, the Order Realm and Chaos Realm. Use the super powerful Kamido goo. Everyone needs to be here. This is literally a do or die situation. You need to go all out.
Nothing on Earthrealm can stop us. 2 words, bitch. Nuclear weapons.
Now that Raiden has all the living creatures on his side, let's get back to Kronika's side. Kronika's objective is to prepare the Hourglass with Cetrion. So all they have to do is play tower defense as long as possible. So my first move would be not to send out Cyberlin Kui off button, the immortal weapon, and Revenant Liu Kang who activates Fire God Liu Kang. Have them come back and defend the keep. Instead of throwing them all into the sea, have Garrus defend you instead of these goons. Have the Black Dragon execute Johnny and Sonya so you can also get rid of OP Cassie, and bring back all your goons who probably have nothing better to do anyway. With all this combined, this should at least buy you another hour or two. Much better than just having a bunch of demons there to play Dynasty Warriors. What the fuck, bold lady? You should be amazing with tactics after doing this 1000 times. Your APM should be on par with Korean StarCraft players. And if you wanna argue that she allowed them to try,
You are welcome to try, of course.
then maybe she should have tried to give them an actual challenge. Regardless, Kronika succeeds, and the hourglass smash beans everyone.
Come on, son. Let's go find Taven and kill Dagon to avenge your mom. Okay, daddy.
I'm gay.
Here is your bill, ma'am.
Son of a bitch. Seriously?
Well, I must say, congratulations, Rain. You deserved it.
Thank you, my Zetarian friend. It is an honor to finally be back in the franchise.
What in the Aztec is going on here? Why are you not helping Raiden save the world? Because I never asked. We are at war. The fate of the universe lies in our Wait, have you all been playing poker while I was being executed?
I feel like I should say no.
Tentaka, you will all suffer the true wrath of Aztec. KK in a wheelchair.
Now that Shao Kahn is dead, we will need a new leader.
You fools! I'm not dead yet!
Yes, whatever. We still need a new leader.
This one suggests Melina.
But she is dead.
And I thought you hated her.
Indeed. However, this one suggests a new Melina. One created by the Time Merger. All right there.
Sounds pretty good. I like this.
I'm sorry, what the fuck is going on right now?
Sindel, what are we doing in the Bone Temple?
Is it not obvious? We're here because
maybe Kronika will be defeated, and maybe they'll release Shang Tsung, Fujinaiwo from the void, and maybe they'll be sent back to the past and try to look for me, and maybe they'll be captured, and then maybe we'll be able to be here to torture them.
Also, we're probably guarding Shinnok's head.
Well, at least you're not retconned yet.
And so Kronika resets the timeline. No matter what ending you pick, this Mortal Kombat timeline is over. And that is the end of this series. Though I've pointed out many funny mistakes. Though I think some characters are awful. Though I made this Sucks series cause I think the story sucks. I still wanna say that at least it's
Seriously?
I wrote this script back in 2019, and now they release a new DLC story going back in time, and that means there's more Kronika to talk about. Alright, fine. Guess I'll have to make a part 2 then. Since she knows she fails in MK11, I'm sure Kronika will be more cautious and plan things better this time. Right?
I'm going to reset the timeline and rebuild it to my liking. I will become a god.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. They're the same picture.
Hello. Welcome to my final episode of the Mortal Kombat 11 Sucks series.
Sonic, before you doom us all.
What the?
What the? Sonic XD from the future? Again? I have come. You have come. To warn you. To warn me? About? I don't know. Yeah, I just want to do like an Aftermath reference. Oh. Yeah, because, you know, Shang goes through the portal and then like he says... I know. Yeah, I know. No, I get it. So, what now? I don't know. Want to play some Kirby? Kirby? Kirby! 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 Play your Kirby! Oh crap, aren't we supposed to like make a video or something? Ah, you're right. Okay, I'll do MK11 and you do Aftermath. Okay, I'm off. Let's go.
Hello all you disgusting human beings. Welcome to Kronika SUCKS Part 2, where we focus on what she does in Aftermath. You may think there's not a lot to talk about, but trust me.
Have faith in me.
This rabbit hole goes so deep that insert dirty joke here. So let me start by talking about the factions. In Aftermath, I would say we have 3 teams. Team Raiden, Team Kronika, and Team Shang Tsung, and also Secret Team Hacks Mode Liu Kang. Before I go crazy on Kronika, I would like to talk about Raiden first. I don't mind the good guys losing from getting outplayed by Shang Tsung. What I do have a problem with is a line that a certain someone said. Fujin did say this to Kronika.
We are prepared, Kronika.
But since he could be working with Hacks Mode Liu Kang, I don't mind him saying that. It is Raiden I have an issue with. Raiden says this.
You think us unprepared? Your treachery is expected, sorcerer.
You think us unprepared? Shang is already 90% done with his betrayal, and you just now noticed it.
This is fucking embarrassing.
Let me teach you how to be prepared for Shang's betrayal. After they give you the crown, the trio then explain how the good guys win in Mortal Kombat 11. They also mention Fire God Liu Kang.
Raiden's power makes you a fire god. Of course it does.
With all this information, Raiden should throw the trio and Sindel into a jail cell. Let me explain. With the information that has been given to Raiden, he should know that they will win, as long as they have Fire God Liu Kang. So why add the extra risk of bringing Shang and friends? Of course, many hands make light work, but these hands are Shang's greasy old betrayal hands. Now 2 things could happen. 1. The trio and Sindel agree. After all, they did state they don't want to alter the timeline a couple of times.
We can't recruit any of our allies without altering this timeline's events.
We can safely recruit her without disrupting events.
So they stay behind while everyone else goes to fight Kronika. Of course, Shang and Sindel will be planning a betrayal, but it'll be much harder for them to succeed. 2. Shang disagrees, which means he's betraying Raiden. So just kill him now and call it a GGWP. This is called being prepared, idiot. Anyways, let's move on to Kronika. Kronika noticed the 3 trio and wants to find out more. So she sends Geras and Frost to scout them. They get beat up, but at least Kronika knows their plan of grabbing the crown on Shang's island. So in MK11, I thought her plan to seize the crown was pretty stupid, but since it worked, I didn't say anything. However, it fails in Aftermath, so now I get to bully her stupid plans. The objective is for Cetrion to go to the island, get the crown, and leave. But don't you have your troops guarding the crown? Why not just ask them to bring it back? Kabul has supersonic speed. Just let him take it and run. Or just teleport them back like how you've been doing it this whole time. Now I'd like to pause here and talk about something else. While there were many dumb things Kronika did in MK11, I will say there were 2 things that may have contributed to her downfall. But I think they were justified for her character, and in the events of MK11. However, in Aftermath, they are the biggest, most awful, most tragic excuses she has for her failure. Number 1. She's arrogant. Throughout MK11, she doesn't respect nor really care what the good guys do. Even when her troops fail, she still believes she has the upper hand. And why wouldn't she? She has done this and won so many times that she's lost count.
I've lost count.
What makes this time any different? So of course she'll be naive to the situation. It wasn't until Raiden fused with Liu Kang did Kronika start taking it more seriously. So while it was one of her downfalls, it is justified because of her character. In Aftermath, however, she doesn't get to be arrogant, because the moment she saw the 3 trio running around in the Colosseum, she should know that she failed once already, and that it's time to get serious. But no. After learning about Shang's plan, she still does the same thing she did in MK11. Oh, I'm sorry. She asks Cetrion to get angry, and that's all. Kronika says this after she lost her crown.
I underestimated Shang Tsung's ingenuity.
Yet afterwards, she still does the same things she did in MK11. I does not compute. I'll explain reason number 2 later. And trust me, this reason is so bad that not even M. Night Shyamalan could write this. So later, Kronika decides to warn Raiden about Shang.
Surely you realize that Shang Tsung will break your alliance.
I must consult with the Elder Gods.
You are a fool, Raiden.
By the Elder Gods!
After she retreats, she then... Excuse me, what the fuck are you doing?
What the fuck are you doing?
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
Seriously, what the fuck are you doing?
Let me answer that for you. You're preparing the hourglass. Why? What's the point of preparing the hourglass if you don't have the crown? Now let me talk about excuse number 2. Playing defensive. In MK11, the good guys need to get to Kronika's keep to stop her. And all Kronika needs to do is wait for her cooldowns to be done to activate Made in Heaven. So her defense tactic in MK11 makes sense. However, in Aftermath, what the fuck are you doing? What's the point of preparing the hourglass without the crown to activate it? That's like preparing a nuclear weapon without the keys to open the launch room. Seriously, what the fuck? Your current plan is to wait for them to be done fighting and hand the crown to you on a silver platter. What are you, Cersei Lannister?
Their army will battle Raidens for possession of my crown, weakening them both.
And then what?
The crown once again will be mine.
The fighting in the north is over. Someone wins. You understand that, don't you?
If Team Raiden
win, they march south and kill us all.
If Team Shang Tsung
win, they march south and kill us all.
Let me ask you, Kronika, what if Raiden decides to not go to your isle? What if you spend weeks preparing a bigger army? What would you do? You'd probably still wait for them because you're a fucking moron. Let's talk about Thanos again. Yay. I can't believe I'm talking about him again. In Infinity War, Thanos gets all 6 Infinity Stones and snaps half the population away. Yay. In Endgame 2014, Thanos finds out about the good guys' plan of undoing half the population back. So what does 2014 Thanos do? The same thing he did in Infinity War. He collects Infinity Stones. Of course he does not do that. He directly assaults the Avengers headquarters. He tries to get the stones back from them himself. This is called adaptation. What did you do, bold lady? The same thing you did in MK11. Did I ever tell you what the definition of insanity is? Okay, I'm done ranting. The playing defensive tactic Kronika used really pissed me off, and it was probably the main reason why I made this video. But we're not done yet since you're so persistent on playing defensive. Let's look at what resources you have left. You don't have any outworld troops cause Shao Kahn failed to get them. Kano toyed with Sonya and Johnny, so you lost the Black Dragon as well. So that leaves you with some useless demon warriors, the Saibot and Kui, and some revenants. Wait. Where are the Saibot and Kui? The last time we saw them was in chapter 13, where they fight the trio, and then they never show up again. Not even for the final battle. Seriously, what happened to them? I just thought about something I said in my Frost Sucks video. She's a self-destruct button for all the Saibot and Kui. Once Raiden defeats her, he EMPs her head, and all the robots get disconnected. If you beat her, you destroy half of Kronika's army. Yikes. So what if, by sending Frost to fight the trio, her defeat also caused the defeat of all the Saibot and Kui, so Kronika threw away all her robots again?
They are unaware of our army's full strength.
That would be so fucking funny. If it were true. I have another theory as to what happened, and it also explains the disappearance of Geras. Basically, I believe the events of chapter 11 could still happen in chapter 16. Here's a detailed graph explaining this. Pause the video if you're interested. And here's a TLDR for all you non-manga readers. I believe Kronika sent her fleet to Charon's ships just like she did in chapter 11. Which means Geras still got thrown into the Sea of Blood, and Frost still got disconnected from the Saibot and Kui. However, this is all just a gay theory. This was never shown on screen, nor did anyone mention it. I also have evidence going against it. This cutscene here.
Perhaps we should send the fleet.
No. Either one of these could happen. Regardless of which one you wanna believe, they both result in Kronika throwing away the Saibot and Kui. So Kronika only has the demon warriors, and her opponents have Shoguns, Tikatans, Special Forces, Shaolin monks, and the Crown. Let's see how well it goes. About as well as you'd expect. Okay Kronika, you're running out of time. You lost your advantage. You lost your crown. You lost your army, and they are coming up to your doorstep. All you have left are your worthless revenants. What should you do? Should you run away? No. If the hourglass is taken, then it's all over. Maybe negotiation? I think it's too late for that. Perhaps fighting your way out is the only option. But not only do you have to deal with these S-tier characters, you also have to deal with the whole Outworld army. So is it truly hopeless? Are you completely finished? Wait. What's that sound I hear?
I got it!
Send someone back in time to warn your past self. This was an ability established in the beginning of the game.
While I cannot restart history without the crown,
you can send travelers back into the current timeline.
And it doesn't even require the crown. You can send Cetrian back to the past and change Kronika's stupid plans. This is an excellent solution. Let's see what she does. She gives the Revenants new armor.
Roll for attack.
It's a 1.
And just like that, Kronika is on her last straw. Even though she lost everything, at least she got to keep her pride.
I do not serve. I am a titan.
Or at least the little she could salvage from all her stupid decisions. You have no one but yourself to blame.
The hours of folly are measured by the clock, but of wisdom, no clock can measure. So it is written.
And that is the end of Kronika. She's not even the final boss of this game. There have been many bad characters that have made dumb choices in this series. But after making this video, I think Kronika is the worst character in the Mortal Kombat franchise. No, I think Kronika is the worst character in all video game history. And that's all because Kronika sucks.
Wait. If you're from the future and you came back to the past, but you created the video in the past, how are you going to show it to the people in the future? In fact, you from the future came back here and made the MK11 video. While I, from the past, made the aftermath paradox have we caused and such. What kind of dimensional destruction is coming to us, boy? Chill. Listen, no matter how bad it is, no matter how much we messed up our timeline, at least it's not as bad as MK11's. I don't know how to get back.